The fire-resistant hydraulic fluids. So I've got here, there's sort of four classes, and they're essentially labeled as a water-based fluid.
Yeah.
Can you sort of break those down in sort of a more technical terminology?
Well, yeah, and it depends how technical you want me to get with it. But so essentially, there's four different classes. They're called HF is the first letters with it for hydraulic fluid, and then you have A, B, C, and D. So HFA, HFB, HFC, HFD. An HFA it's a water-based technology called an emulsion, and these products are referred to as a 95-5 fluid, meaning 95% water mixed at the customer site with 5% of the product that we would ship. And today's modern technology, it's more around 98% water that's used on site and 2% of the product. And this is an oil and water emulsion. So oil and water, obviously, they don't like to mix. So we use emulsifiers to hold the oil in place. And then this product is completely fire resistant because of the amount of water that's actually in the product. And the other additives and the oil that's in it, or some of them can be synthetic without oil, but all of the additives give the desired characteristics, whether it's corrosion, protection, bioresistance to fungus and bacteria, stability, any of the other additives, they do the function. And the water really takes care of the fire resistant portion of it. These are typically used in lighter duty systems or systems where you can tolerate a large loss of oil. So specifically for the mining industry, longwall mining underground, there's hundreds of large hydraulic cylinders and hoses that go between. It's a rough environment. There's a lot of leakage with that. So being able to mix it 98% water on site, 2% of fluid, you can really keep those costs down. Where if you had a different type of hydraulic fluid, the cost would just be incrementally more. So that would be the first type, HFA fluid. HFB is similar, and it's an invert emulsion. It's a water and oil type product where you have 60% oil and 40% water. This one it's a little bit harder to keep stable, and it's an older technology that's starting to go away from the industry now. But essentially, the oil part of the product that does the traditional hydraulic oil characteristics. So it takes care of that side, whereas the water, it does the fire resistancy as well. So you still may have a portion of it that catches on fire, but the water will snuff it out. Like I said, this type of invert emulsion is kind of getting away from the industry now. But that's type B. Type C is a water glycol product. So you have water, ethylene glycol, and polyglycol with different additives. And this is typically 40 to 50% water. It has a lower cost associated with it as well. So that's why you'd use it in a lot of steel mill applications, molding, metal die casting, a few different operations, but it's limited in the operating pressure and the temperature that you can use in an industry. And then the last one would be the direct cross for an anti-wear mineral oil hydraulic product. It's called HFD, and it can either be a polyol ester technology, which that's the side that Quaker Chemical it really hung its hat on, and then the phosphate ester technology, which Houghton International hung its hat on, and they're both direct replacements for just a regular AW68 product. That's the one that you can almost plug and place, and it's still going to have the same seal compatibility, metal compatibility, and functions the same as one of the other products. But I think that's the one you alluded to with the video where it does not propagate back to the source. Yeah. So that's where you could use it in place for this product.